Recaps and retcons. I don't think anything really needs to be retconned. I don't think it was too much. You met, I guess I'll call them automatons. One, which you identified as the friend of the children, who goes by the name Geary. He just told you you can just call him Geary. You realize that the kids were using a onomatopoeia to identify them based on the sounds they make when they move. You met one that was walking in a set pattern, and Zaida ended up talking like really loud and got its attention, causing it to attack. It seems once it sustained enough damage, it stopped functioning. But there's still signs of light within its body. You don't know whether or not it's actually like done, like destroyed or not. I believe you guys took a short rest of an hour, so that is where we left off. It has not moved. You were asking about the other one. Yes, he did have a onomatopoeia name. It was karak, karak, kara was the sound that he made apparently. So you can just call him crack, karak, whatever. You know, it's just some type of grinding sound that the kids were trying to make.
Okay.
I would like to investigate Karat.
You mean the one we disabled?
Yeah,
Yes.
that one you don't have a name for. It's just another automaton.
Yes, I would like to investigate it.
Give me a roll. Anything specific you're trying to look at about it?
I want to see if I could figure out how the core works.
That would require you opening its chest cabinet. Any type of tools?
I have jeweler's tools and a crowbar.
Wait, you actually have a crowbar in your pack?
Oh no, I don't have a crowbar. I thought I had a crowbar.
Look, let's just keep going and see what we can find. We can always come back.
It seems interesting.
You can see that it's patchy. You kind of saw the same thing with Geary. It seems like parts of it were one piece, but now there's plates welded on, bolted here and there. It might have taken some damage at some point and started replacing pieces. So you don't think its body originally looked like this when it was first constructed?
Ooh, shiny mushroom.
Yes.
I will say that he's being stealthy. Should I roll? We should roll stealth, right?
Sure.
Is that everyone's roll stealth?
I'll take the average of the party. Yeah, that's pretty bad for Texas.
He's really ruining our whole mojo.
Zaida, you are the only one that hears. Echoing through the caves, you hear a voice, but it's very light. And you can also hear... You hear this something that sounds like the strumming of a lute. So Zexus hears it too. He's giving you this look like, you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
But because it's bouncing around, you don't really know where it's coming from. Also, notably, you see more mushrooms in this area.
Yeah, I see the mushroom. The sound's not coming from the mushroom.
No. It's not coming from the mushrooms.
But the mushrooms we know are more likely from the Underdark.
There are some that are like what you picked before, that are native to the Underdark, but there are two clusters that are on the ground that you have not come across.
Investigate the mushroom.
You can do a nature check.
I believe the last time it was a nature check.
No, I'm not. But I'm no better at nature or investigation. They're both intelligent.
You can investigate it and get some stuff.
Ooh, and that's 20!
Yeah.
That's 20!
You are actually familiar with the dark blue ones. You know these in your line of work, that they've been used as a poison.
Nice.
They can be processed and refined into quite a potent poison. The others, however, you've never seen them before.
I'm gonna pick me some mushrooms. Carefully. Keep them separate. Zayda's more interested in this weird lute sound.
Well, you hear it a bit louder. Maybe the other side of this wall.
Okay. Can I I'm gonna go walk and like put my ear to the wall.
As you do, you hear low voice singing. Once you get closer to the wall, again you hear a low voice singing, but you can't quite make out what they're saying. But you still hear the lute playing.
Interesting. Let's check it out. Let's keep going.
Still
I'm
don't
gonna
know where these people are.
investigate the wall, see if there's a secret door.
I assure you that I'm not even gonna have you roll for it.
I got a 4. I'm pretty sure there's a door here, and I start pushing really hard. And I just like shove with all my strength. And let's see if I strain a muscle. It's fine.
What you manage to do is dislodge a single rock, and your hand slips, and you just kind of shoulder bump into the wall.
Yep. Ow. I think it's stuck. We better go around.
What were you doing?
I was trying to get through the secret door that was there.
Dude, I don't see any secret door.
This place is a maze. We're probably getting close to where we can get to the loot. The lutinous. Lutinous. Lutus.
Loudest. Yes, you can still hear faint lute playing, but it is getting louder.
What am I seeing down here? Is that water?
Yes. You're starting to see pools of water, but you're also hearing the lute playing louder.
I would like to pick up one rock from these pebbles of rocks.
You can do that.
Rock. Whoa, I can see so much more.
Yes, because your vision is 120.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So it's at this point you can hear the lute playing a lot more.
Yeah, I'm gonna be spooky and head in this
This
direction.
lute playing sounds very ominous.
Yeah, where's Celeste?
Oh, sorry. What's that?
She's not behind me? This is what I will look behind me.
And it is at this point that you can start hearing this low voice, like just softly singing as it's echoing throughout the chamber.
Wait, let's go to our right.
We should stick together.
The characters right or right on the map?
Right on the map.
We could go that way, but the lute playing is this way, and I want to see who's playing the lute.
Okay.
Either way we go, we should stick together.
Peek around the edge. See anybody yet? Ooh, it's like a haunted house.
Ooh, there's
Okay.
crystals on the wall.
Okay, so it's at this point, because I don't have a token for them just yet,
Oh,
sitting below the crystals, there is a goblin.
Oh,
like right here?
Yes, sitting just below the crystals, there's a goblin. He's tirelessly playing a lute, just strumming. what you hear him singing is about his desperate situation. You don't even think he's noticed you there in this darkness. He's singing about the cave being his grave and how he went to find adventure but only found sorrow.
That's pretty sad.
Hmm.
And he stops strumming, and you see him pick up something out of his pocket in his open palm. Can I get a perception check from, I guess, you, Zeta, since you're like right there in front?
Yay! Big ol' 8.
Ooh. Well, you can't tell exactly what he has in his hands, but you do have a chance to interact with him before he does whatever he's going to do.
Zaida just sort of starts doing a slow clap for the performance.
And with that, you see him snap to, and he's like, "Who's there? Did any of you survive?"
I don't think we're who you think we are, but we're adventurers too. You say you're trapped here?
Who are you?
Well, I'm Zaida Dar. I'm an adventurer sent by the sheriff of Emerald District, and I'm here to rescue you. He says it in a very pompous, like, self-important sort of way.
He laughs a little. Did he really send you? There's no profit in rescue.
The rescue isn't really quite what he was after. It's more reclaiming the mine for future profits. But, I mean, we may as well rescue you. What you got in your hand there?
He says, just something to take the pain away.
Yeah, that's. Let me guess, you're really hungry?
He says, yes, but even if I do eat, I'm afraid I'd just be eating my last meal. There's no way to get out of here. They won't let us.
This is
Ooh,
where
did you find
Broxim
one
will
of those
appear.
dark blue
What
mushrooms?
do you mean by this? What do you mean by trapped here? We're not trapped here.
Did you confront any of them?
Yes. We've seen 2 so far. One of whom we
One was
gathered
pretty
from.
nice.
uh, if you see one, then they all know you're here. You won't be
How
leaving.
many of them are there? Won't be leaving. I go where I want.
Uh, to be that naive again. I even thought
Well,
that
How long have you been down here? I think this dude's lost his marbles.
it's hard to tell down here. Days, weeks, months, doesn't matter.
Yes, it
Zeta
does
did a.
very well quite matter.
What group did you come with? Did you come from Emerald?
I'm not from Emerald, but I pass through there time and time again.
Where are you from?
He takes out his lute. Well, he picks up his lute and starts strumming. He's like, "Shall I regale you with the tales of my home?"
Sure.
That's good. I mean, I take it you're a bard, right? You have stories.
If you haven't noticed by now, he doesn't seem like your typical goblin.
No, he does not.
He's very well spoken and very well dressed, and even his features are softer than your normal murderous goblin. In
And
fact,
usually goblins aren't bards.
you would think that he looks not quite horrific goblin looking, but not really human looking. Traits that stereotypically you have not seen in goblins. He starts singing about a great city far in the highlands of, like, at the edge of Terralina, where goblins discovered something that elevated their society. And at first it was theirs to hold, and it was their secret. Then the lizard folk came in and they fought for it. And yeah, he's just going on into this whole like history lesson of, the goblins became smart, and then the lizard folk became smart, and then there were wars fought for resources, and people were oppressed by their own in a caste system. And he's just going on and on about heroes and this and how he fled to escape the endless war with the lizard folk. And whenever he speaks of himself, he's like really playing up his achievements. If no one is stopping him, he has been singing for a good few minutes. Can I get a perception check from everyone?
Dang. God dang.
Yeah, he's just taking you guys away with this imagery that he's painting. It's like you're right there and you're seeing all of this. And he's talking about the nobles and how, they sit above the rest of the goblins, and in a system where they were all meant to be equals, some are putting themselves higher. And it just goes into like almost a retelling of Animal Farm, but with goblins.
Huh.
If you let him go, he's just going. He's even getting louder with it. Even with a parched, dry throat, he's still, singing as best he can.
Well, I don't know how long it would go on, but I think Zaida would get bored.
Broxim has no reason to stop him and would probably continue to listen.
At some point, you hear in the distance, not too far behind you, intruders.
Oh boy.
Is it another one of those droids?
Indeed it is.
I think so. Oh, I see him. Crap. I think we're trapped.
So,
Come on,
roll initiative.
Shit.
Everyone?
Everyone,
Yeah.
unless you don't plan on fighting.
Doesn't
Oh,
the goblin get an initiative?
They don't have stats for him just yet. He's actually going to try and hide himself as best he can under, glowing crystals.
I knew we should have gotten him to shut up. We're in trouble.
But I like his story.
I mean, it's okay. I think it's
Oh.
a little off-key.
It was already on
maybe
there.
it's the acoustics in here. Maybe it's the fact that he hasn't probably eaten or drunk anything in who knows how long. Mm-hmm.
Celeste, you are first up.
Oh my. Why straight towards me?
Oh no, I'm just checking the distance.
I'm scared.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna move, and then I shall attack with my thorn whip. No,
Alright.
wait. I'm gonna attack with my longbow. Actually, I didn't need to be that close, I guess.
Yeah, that doesn't hit. So this arrow goes whizzing past. Next up is Zex's. Okay, so you see Zex's puts out his hand, and you see this purple energy coalesce into his hand and takes the form of a dagger, and he chucks it towards the automaton. So that puts it next up in the initiative order. You are the nearest target, so it's going to rush to you and attack twice. So I'm guessing a 23 and an 18 hit you, Celeste.
Oh no! Wait, what? He hit me?
Yes.
No.
It rushes up to you and attacks twice. In its hand, you see a pickaxe.
What the fuck?
So as it swings at you, it catches, like right in between your armor and gets you in 2 good hits, delivering a total of 13 damage.
God damn.
And with that, it will end its turn. Next up is Broxim.
Okay. I will take my little pebble stone that I picked up earlier, have magic stone on it, and chuck it.
That does not hit. You lob the stone at it to no avail.
So he threw a rock again?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's good. I
Alright.
threw a rock.
I'm judging.
Cause 8 bludgeoning damage, and nothing happened.
Anything else you want to do?
I will move behind this wall.
Zaida?
We do flanking in this, right?
Yes.
Branding smite. 23 to hit.
And
But
that
I
will
can
hit.
take the 8 radiant damage and 5 piercing. 13 total damage. I'm done.
Okay. We're back to the top of the round with Celeste.
Okay. I'm gonna try to put some distance between us again.
Remember, moving away from him is an attack of opportunity.
You can disengage, but that uses your action. It has been like, what, 2 weeks? My power went out last time in the middle of a fight, so
Yep.
that's where we're
Well,
picking up
your
from.
power went out to the time before last, and
Yeah.
then the last week I couldn't join because I got a delayed effect by the corona shot that I took, and now there's this week, which we're obviously playing.
Celeste isn't here at the moment, but I am going to control her real quick. With that mighty swing, Celeste not only hits, but she actually takes this thing down.
Nice.
Aw.
I
See?
know, it's sad that
I
she's
always tell
not here.
Celeste, fight, you can kill it. No, she'd like to fight. She'd like to fight.
So,
That's okay.
the way I'm seeing this is,
Uh
it was her only option to fight.
huh.
So, she takes out her sword, puts all of her strength behind it, and swings at this automaton.
Tommy.
And oh yes,
Oh,
you're here.
he's here.
Okay,
He's here. You
well,
killed the monster.
What? Oh, that's crazy.
yes, you weren't here. I literally just rolled for you. Oh wait.
Damn.
Oh my. Okay, I'm celebrating ahead of time. You hit, but I didn't do the damage. I'm sorry. It's been 2 weeks. Anyway, it is still going.
Oh, so that's damage.
Yeah, that's the damage. It's still going.
Dang.
I wasn't
Dang.
thinking. It's like there's no way she could have did that much damage at that level. I should have been thinking. Is there anything else you want to do, Celeste?
Just go to the next person.
Well, next is Zexus. I think he's gonna bonus action hide by popping over here really quick and then popping back out. Or I need to make a stealth roll, don't I? Oh, that's shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
So he's not hidden. But the guy is in combat with Zaida and Celeste, so he still gets sneak attack. Oh, that doesn't work with Ray of Frost, does it? Sneak attack doesn't work with Ray of Frost. Duh.
No.
That
I think it's only physical
11 cold
attacks.
damage is pretty decent anyway.
Yes.
So that actually does put it down.
Aw, man, Zaida didn't get to. Aw.
I didn't say that was the end of combat, though.
Yeah.
So that one frosts over, and you see the ice forming around it as its body slows, and the light goes out and starts flickering in its eyes. The one between Celeste and Zeta is down, and you can hear another one approaching.
I will in action cast frostbite.
You're readying an action to cast Frostbite, as in ready to go once you see it.
Correct. And that will end.
Okay, that puts us to Zeta.
Just go ahead and drop a Eldritch Blast on this sucker. 17 to hit, 3 force damage. Joy.
It doesn't seem like it really hurt it all that much.
Yeah, I know. And then step back. Armor of Agathis up. Come at me, bro.
Back to Celeste.
I'm gonna move like there, 25 feet, and then a longbow attack. Dang, man.
Shoot. That's up.
The arrow goes whizzing past, and next up is Zexus.
He's gonna move up here, hide, and then 11. Yay. So stealthy.
He's gonna hold a Psychic Blades attack, ranged attack.
Since you are the closest, this thing will come right up and attempt to swing at you.
Also, activate my held action.
That is going to miss Celeste.
Yay.
And I get to roll my held action.
Ooh!
Yes.
Zexus does some heckin' damage.
God
I get
damn.
to just fight.
And what's your attack on? Oh, it's a con save. Yeah, it just did poorly on everything. So let's say your attack went off first, and Zexus came in with the blades into its icy form. So you two did a total of 22 damage together. It is not looking good. Celeste should be able to see this. The other one that has just shown up. I don't want it to seem like I'm targeting you, but you are out in the open, so
Wait, but everyone's out in the open.
you're the from its vantage point, you're the only one I can see. Does a 14
What?
hit you? What you see is a flash of something, and then going by your head it's almost like a bullet going off, but embedded in the wall is a metal spike that this thing has fired at you.
Okay, I'll move here and I will cast Frostbite on the enemy in front of me.
16. So your spell did not affect it.
It has disadvantage on its next attack.
Broxim, quick question. What is your character dominant hand?
Dominant is right.
So this time when you cast it, you found yourself using your left hand.
What? But why? That doesn't. Okay.
It's just something that your character realizes is that you didn't cast with your normal hand. That's all.
Okay. Hey, see, why do I get the weird shit?
Oh, everyone has some weird shit. It's all coming up. Zaida.
Zaida's gonna move in here and attack with Frostbane, Booming Blade, I think.
So how do you want to do
I'm
this?
sorry.
Oh, okay. So Zaida strides forward saying, "You were supposed to attack me. Stay away from Celeste," and just stabs it in the back.
You run this thing through, and where your blade enters, and Celeste, you can see where it exits. There are ice crystals forming. Is that it for you, Zaida?
Yes.
Now we're back to the top of the round with Celeste. There is still this one down here.
Okay, I'm gonna try my That's better.
That hits. Right? It takes a nice arrow to the chest and is not happy about that. So next up, Zexus.
Move Zexus here. He's gonna stealth, and he's gonna hold an attack with his Psychic Blades.
So Zaida, this time you are the target, and this one is keeping its distance. Oh
shit. What's happened?
It crit you.
Oh shit.
You feel a sharp pain in your shoulder as a 3-inch metal spike pierces it.
Ow.
For a total of, I know how I do crits, but maybe I should tone it down.
Don't you dare.
Okay, 17 points of damage.
Okay. I do have 5 temp HP, so 12. Still standing though.
It just breaks through your armor of Agathis, just right in.
Ouch.
Alright, so next up, Broxim.
Alright. Can I break off a piece of the metal from this automaton that is next to me?
I would rule that as an action.
You would rule that as an action and not a free action.
Yes.
Damn it! Okay. You know what? Fine. Yeah, I'll take it.
You want a chunk of metal, there's some sticking out of Zaida's shoulder.
No,
And
no, don't throw
there's
anything.
also a metal spike in the wall behind Celeste.
If something is sticking inside you and you get stabbed or something, you leave it in.
Thanks for the tip, healer.
For further
Okay.
clarity, when I say spike, this is like a railroad spike. If you have seen those, you definitely saw something fly past her and embed into the wall.
Okay, so can I look for that same kind of spike in this automaton?
This one you see has two hands. It was carrying a pickaxe.
So
If for some reason it did have spikes, it would be all internal.
I figure the spike is that flew by Celeste is somewhere here, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, fine. I'll move here and try and get the spike out of the wall. Is that a free action or would that be an action?
I'm going to give it to you. If you're going to somehow pull the spike out and use it as a weapon, I will count it as the same motion. If you can free the spike. So, strength.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I will do that. I will try and take out the spike out of the wall so that I can use it as a weapon.
All right, need you to roll up your strength.
Damn.
No.
Damn. Ah.
Wait, is that a crit fail?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
It failed.
you're trying to pull the spike out and it's not budging. So you decide to plant both feet on the wall and pull. And in doing so, it doesn't come free, but your hands slip and you are currently prone. You can use half your movement.
Wow.
You can use half your movement to get back up.
I will remain prone. Wait, can I dodge when I'm prone or not?
No. In fact, people
Fine.
people
I'll
have
still
advantage on you.
I can't dodge when I'm prone. Okay, fine. I will remain prone.
Technically, you only moved half your movement speed, so you literally have enough movement to get back up.
Okay, fine. I'll just get up in that one.
So that puts us back to Zaida.
Zaida sort of stumbles back and puts a hand over her wounded shoulder. Then she just sort of snarls and starts stalking towards the thing. And then she casts darkness. It's centered on herself.
You cast darkness. Is there anything else you did, or you just moved and then cast darkness?
Move in darkness.
We're back up to Celeste, and Celeste, you are unable to see into this darkness.
If I did a perception, I wouldn't change anything, right?
No,
Okay.
unless you have
Magical
unless you have special magic eyes.
Sorry, I realized that not only does that sort of screws up you guys too. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I do remember what general direction he was before.
Of course, any attack you make into the darkness will be at disadvantage.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just sit here until the darkness is over.
Next up is Zexus.
Yeah, he
doesn't have true sight, so there's
Right.
nothing really he can do either.
I think Zaida has trapped herself in there on her own.
Yep.
Damn.
Zaida, does a 22 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
So, this thing moves right up to you, and even through the darkness and with your special sight, you see its eyes seem to be glowing.
With disadvantage? It got a 22 with disadvantage?
Let me continue. Its eyes seem to be glowing more intensely than before.
Oh, fuck. That's not fair.
And it grabs you by the throat in the attempt to grapple
Yeah,
and says, "My eyes can see all."
I wasn't able to understand that.
My eyes see y'all.
My eyes
My
can
eyes-
see all.
Ah,
They are.
that sucks.
They do seem to be mining robots.
That is true. They are mining robots.
Yeah, but magical darkness is different. That stuff.
Yes,
Oh,
but they
Zaida's
have.
angry.
But they're special.
Oh,
And this isn't something that I, just made up. This is something that was like planned for these
No,
enemies from the beginning.
yeah. If they have true sight, they have true sight or whatever.
And above game, they can actually see Zexus too if he went invisible.
Oh well, yeah.
And that's something the goblin didn't get a chance to tell you. If
Yeah.
if you had stopped him earlier and asked more questions about things, then
Mm-hmm.
he probably would have told you that they saw him when he was invisible.
Oh yeah.
So now you have that knowledge.
Did he grapple Zaida?
Yes,
I get.
unless you want. Yes, you need to make a contested strength. Yes.
Oh, good. Great at strength.
Yeah, aren't you though?
No,
What? Aren't you like a brute?
no.
No.
Just a. Oh, I did all right.
You did all right.
Zaida's
good.
Zaida's
It's good.
Zaida's fairly buff, but like she's like she's a muscle brain, but she's not really muscly. It's just her attitude. She acts like she's got swagger.
So you're currently grappled, and that is completely its action. It's holding on to you and has chosen not to attack. Broxim.
And I will still try and get this nail out of the wall.
Okay.
People are dying, Broxim.
I can't do
that,
anything
like-
about it.
Says the healer.
I
No,
can't
it's
do
cool.
anything about it, okay?
You can't see me. Yeah. Zaida did the jump
Mm.
thing. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Oh, Broxim.
Damn! So, does my strength save or not?
No.
Oh,
This thing is embedded in that wall. I'll say you loosened it up. If you tried it again, then it's going to come out. Because you've tried twice already.
Broxim at trying to do this is now frustrated with it and will move over to the robot, investigate the robot to see if it has pins that were fired.
You see, this one has a hammer. And again, just two hands, no openings. Nothing that you can tell at a glance that would fire these spikes.
I will cast Shield of Faith on Zaida.
You
Do
have
you
to
have
see
to see
me
her?
to cast it?
No, I do not.
Hold on, a shivering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range.
And
Alright.
now Zaida has +2 to her AC.
Alright, so Zeta, you can attempt to break free of this grapple.
Okay, so grappled isn't so bad. I can do things while I'm grappled. Zeta, first thing she does is drop darkness. Her eyes flash. Well, nobody can see her, but she snarls something really profane and infernal and drops the darkness.
When this darkness dissipates, what the rest of you see is this dwarf-sized mechanical being with its left arm stretched out and holding Zaida by the throat.
Is it black and gold?
It is not.
Ah,
It's another rusty patchwork one. But this one actually has more of a defined face than what you've seen on Geary and some of the others. You think that it might not be as damaged.
oh, good.
And I will say that I'm not even going to have you roll for it. You can see that its right arm is essentially gun-like, and you believe that's where the spike came from.
Good.
So it just
Awesome.
looks like a big barrel.
So Zaida snarls a few more words in Infernal and casts Hex on it. And then with Frostvein, she stabs forward just sort of wildly and does a decent hit.
Yes.
So it doesn't do that 3 fire damage, but it does 9 plus 4 is 13.
The necrotic
Damage.
damage doesn't take any effect. But
No effect with the
yes.
necrotic. Awesome. So glad I used another spell slot. Oh boy.
As you can probably tell, the only part of its body that seems organic isn't where you're
Right.
stabbing. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I do 9 points of damage at least. That's something.
I will say that by hitting it, it does release its grip on you. So, Celeste.
Okay, so what I'll do, I'm gonna move like 20 feet and take a swing with my sword.
Hmm.
Bang. And I miss with the sword.
If you stood here, you'd have advantage, you know.
I'll allow you to redo that. Change your position.
Okay, thank you, great DM. And we're gonna retry. I'm gonna try. Let's see if we get lucky this time.
Better.
A little better.
But not enough, sadly.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you.
Now you know how flank.
Yeah.
If you have a teammate on the opposite side, you get flanking, which gives you advantage. Next is Zexus. What are you having Zexus do?
Yeah, he can see now. So he is going to attack with his psychic blades at range. And
So the psychic blade goes whizzing past. It's going to take that attack of opportunity and attempt to move out of the way.
okay.
So both you, Celeste, and Zaida get to attack it because it tried to move. So you caught it with Frostvein as it was trying to move away, dealing a nice blow to it. Celeste, you also get an attack of opportunity as it's trying to move out of the way.
Oh, I feel like I'm learning so much. Okay. I'm gonna try Thorn Whip this time, maybe. Oh, I did get lucky.
Yes, indeed. You catch this thing with your thorn whip as it's trying to run away, and your whip wraps around its body, and as you pull back, the thorns rip into the metal exterior, and it's just slinking away.
Dang.
So now that it has gotten some range, it's assessing, its damage and looking at what target to attack. And Broxim, it thinks that you're the weakest, so it's going to.
Of course. It hit me.
You take 8 points of damage as a spike comes barreling towards you and catches you in the torso.
Oh, she gets an arm and I get a torso. It's fucked up.
And that's all it can do. Now it's your turn, and you have a spike.
I know, I was about to say that too.
Right. And I get a spike. See, that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna put it this way. You don't have to go crazy with it. It's not looking good.
what I will do is shoot it with my light crossbow,
Yeah, that's not gonna hit.
and then I will cast a spiritual weapon right in front of it.
Let me see what form does your spiritual weapon take on?
It should take on the form of a dictionary.
When you hold out your hand, surprisingly enough, it's your left hand. When you go to cast spiritual weapon to manifest it, you do form a book. But what color would you say that your magic is? Like your signature color for your magic?
I would say a yellow, oranges type color.
This book, instead of what you were expecting, the yellow, orangey, bright, naturey color, it's a sickly green. And this book just comes down and smacks this bot, taking it down, and there's a splash of green light once it makes contact. And then it goes back to the color that you were expecting. A nice, bright, orangey, yellowish glow coming off of it.
Awesome.
Actually, can I get a perception check from you real quick?
19. Yeah.
You notice your left hand looking a bit gaunt, a little bony.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Wait, what?
Kind of like his hand is looking a bit thin. It doesn't seem to apply to the rest of his body. It's just his left hand looks a little shriveled. He notices this. No one else does.
Do I notice if the automaton is damaged beyond repair?
Oh, you smack this thing with the book, and one of its visual receptors pops out, and it's just like
arm or something.
No, it's like its eye just like pops out and is slumped over, but it's not damaged beyond repair. From the looks of many of these, you think that they've been damaged much over the years and have been repaired.
By something or someone.
We can drop combat.
Like any good medic, I will start tending to the wounds of Zaida. Zaida?
Yes.
I have to fix you. You've been shot.
Zaida starts to grip the spike in her shoulder and acts like she's about to yank it out.
Wait, don't do that yet. Not yet.
It hurts.
Let me get my equipment.
I will allow you to take a long rest here if you would like.
I don't need a long rest, I need a short rest.
I would suggest not doing it in the open.
Yeah.
The whole, medic would deserve a long rest. I mean, I got shot in the stomach.
Can we do a short rest first and see how we're feeling after that?
Yeah. I'll take out the spike from Zaida's arm and wrap it in bandages.
I'm gonna move back to where the little kobold. Where'd he go?
Not kobold. He's a he's a goblin.
Goblin?
Yes, but
Where'd he go?
he is still sitting under the crystals. He's still back there. I just didn't have a token.
You don't have a token for him.
Yes, I didn't like how any of the tokens look because it's not how I see this character.
Join us back here by the crystals.
Right. As I sit down, I will begin to then take out the nail that's splintered into my midsection.
You guys can take a long rest if you want to, fully protected, because your bard friend, he offers to create a tiny hut for you. If you're not familiar with the spell Tiny Hut, I will.
Tiny Hut. I love the Tiny Hut. I will check it out and then do a long rest in said tiny hut.
Okay.
So I actually wasn't going to use this name for the character, but since I didn't have one, I'm gonna go with it. This is actually
Bardwell.
Bardley Bardwell.
I
So
like it.
when he introduces himself, he goes, Bartley Bardwell bards very well. And he just sits there, mouth agape, waiting for some type of applause or gesture of, laughter. He's just like, ah, bards very well.
That's okay.
So
I'll
he's
look
just
away in disgust.
so he's just met with like complete and absolute silence. And if you could
I'm hurt.
if you could know the sound of a soul being crushed, you would be hearing it right now. Inside the hut, like I said, you can conversate with them. This is your downtime.
Zaida sort of rumbles to herself and can't believe that bastard shot me in the back. They could see me.
And Bartley goes, yeah, they could
Good
see me
trick.
too. I tried going invisible to sneak out of here, but they saw me.
I got shot in the stomach. That was painful. Could have
No,
helped us kill that thing.
it's like, no, I couldn't. If I could do
You're a
that,
bard.
and I'm also a starving bard dying
And
of thirst.
don't bards
We
help
gave him
us
some
fight?
food, right? I
No,
think I remember giving him some.
I think you had mentioned it, but I think you guys were attacked before any of that happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're like,
I offer him some rations and some water.
which he tries to be coy and play it off like, oh, I couldn't, as he's stuffing his face.
Right.
Okay.
Though
In the pot of Leo's tiny hut, I just do create water, so there's enough for everybody.
well, of course, you do have your tiny magical crock pot.
Yeah,
The mini cauldron that
there you go.
keeps things warm. But yes, although Bartley is, quote, civilized seeming, he's still like just hand over hand, just stuffing food into his face.
So uncouth.
So, yeah.
It's not uncouth when you're dying.
So tell me again why you ended up here specifically. You told us this long song about your people, but why here specifically?
He says, I was part of a traveling band of adventurers. They needed a bard, so I joined them. They were on a mission, they needed support, and I happened to be in the area. And now they're all dead.
So, worst best decision ever. I
Like,
mean, otherwise you wouldn't have met us. And hey, you still might have died not doing anything. So at least now you got a song out of it.
he's like, a song. I thought this cave would be my grave, but then you rescued me. He's like, He's like, yes, that has a nice ring to it. He's like, I'll work on the chorus later. But
Good. Next thing you put Broxim in there somewhere. I want people to know. I'm gonna die. People have to know that Broxim was great.
well, if you die, when I die too, then who's gonna hear it?
Not necessarily. I mean, we found you alive in here,
On the cusp of death.
but still alive, right?
You liked my song before? About my people and our epic history.
Yeah, that was a pretty good song.
It's like often we go back to what we know in our final moments. A lifetime flashing before one's eyes.
Yeah, the last thing I try to think about is how to stop the pain. I mean, being a cleric and all.
In my society, we've sequestered ourselves. We took ourselves away from the rest of the world. And I was tired of it. I don't see why we have to hide. In fact, all the world should know how great we are.
At taking over caves and whatnot and the killing adventurers.
What?
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 I mean, you're a goblin and all, right? So, I mean, that's what people think.
I find that
At least
highly
it all
offensive.
works out with.
He says, I find that highly offensive and you need new books. He's like,
Well,
and then you see him just kind of hunch over and go, me goblin, me fight, me want food, me kill for food. Pfft, we're so past that.
and that's why you should write a book. See? Nothing becomes true unless it's written down.
Our people have evolved beyond our base natures. But with that, we also see the corruption that comes with this higher state of being. And then he looks to you, Broxim, and goes, our brains get smart, mocking you.
I look at him in turn and say, well, brains aren't everything, which is why I'm a druid.
After this, all of you are level 5. Long story short, Bardley talks about his people. Several hundred years ago, there were a tribe of goblins that were living underground. They found this fungus that they just thought was more food, but they quickly realized that consuming it made them smarter. You have the ones at the top who them and their families consume most of it, and what's left is given to the people to keep them smart enough to understand the workings of their society, but not so smart that they can, formulate roaming bands of individuals that can overthrow the society itself. He says he's from one such noble family, but he felt that the way things were being run were not how it should have been done. So he ran away rather than trying to change society from the inside out. And he also brings up that they're currently in competition with a group of lizard folk who have pretty much undergone the same process, that they stumbled on to the secret of this brain fungus as well. And this NPC will not attempt to accompany you further into the cave. He will stay put until you can guarantee that he can safely leave. And I think that's where we'll end.